because that happens when I
What?
forget to turn
Wait,
YouTube
we're
off.
live. We're live.
Okay. Sorry. Hi.
Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and we were having sound issues. Well, also me being late issues. So there was issues and other issues, and then I was learning how to speak because I didn't know how to speak before. So I'm going to learn how to speak properly. I don't know. Just nod and smile, Stephen, if I'm talking better or not. You can tell me. Uh, Steven has an echo. Like we're Steven's gonna cry during this one. Normally it's Matt that cries, but this time it's gonna be Steven that cries. So be sympathetic to poor Steven, okay? Um, so I'm gonna quickly say hi to both Steven and Matt. Hi guys. Thanks for coming. Even if you're muted, I still appreciate you being here. I don't know what to say. We're gonna chill. We're gonna show some books. I actually left my books downstairs, and I left my plug, so I'm not even connected properly here. So it should be interesting. Um, so we're gonna show some cool books. You guys, did you guys go to the? Did you guys pick up anything cool this week?
I picked up a couple of books. The new Power Girl was out. I picked that up.
New Power Girl. What was the cover for that one? I didn't see that.
Um, where did I put it? I haven't read it yet. It's in this pile here somewhere.
I picked
Did
up
you
a
have it?
few.
Do you have it in your pull list, the Power Girl?
Yes, I do.
See, I don't. So,
Yeah.
so my shop doesn't sell it to you unless you have it on your pull list.
I have it somewhere in the pile.
Okay, well,
Oh
we'll
wait,
see it.
I think I pulled. Actually, I know where I put it. I put it in the pile of stuff to show tonight.
Oh,
So
okay.
here
So
it
we'll.
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. I'll make you big, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna say hi to the chat as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
This came out this week.
Oh, that's
And I
interesting
saw
cover, actually.
it's a Yannick Paquette. I saw this cover at the Ottawa show. He said it was coming up, and I thought that was a really cool looking cover.
I'll have to get it on back order or whatever.
Mm.
There we go. Now we're all equal. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly say hi to the chat. Hi, chat. That was easy, wasn't it? Okay. Hey, Kim Yunin. Hey, JX. Hey, JSS. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Last Frontier. Hi, Nick. Wait, who else? Did I miss somebody? Hi, Fiddle Chips. Hi, Heroes for Hire.
Jerry Chick, did you say hi?
Yeah, I think I missed him. It just sort of jumped, and I was trying to. Yeah, we're all here in various forms. And then Nick is here too. Hi, Nick.
Yeah,
I think that's everyone.
I think Nate and Hagen have a big storm hit their area, and that's why there's
And hi, Lau.
Hmm.
And okay, so a big storm hit their area. They're clinging to a tree somewhere. I heard,
Yeah,
somewhere.
I know. Well, let us put the picture up. Hagen put a picture up of the tree he hopes doesn't hit his house.
Yeah, so they're in sort of dire circumstances. So
Mhm.
I said the stream is more important, but I don't know. They think their lives are more important.
Mm.
It's like what?
They also may not have internet.
Priorities. They might not have internet, but so they might be brought to you by carrier pigeon at some point. I'll just have these weird messages that come in. So yeah, so Steven is just not going to smile. I hope we didn't make you feel bad, Steven.
You know what?
We love you.
That cord might be why there's an echo.
Which cord?
The one you said you left downstairs.
No. That's my power cord. My battery will run out if I go for any length of time.
Gotcha.
So yeah. I guess Camunin got a bit of the hurricane too. So yeah. But now I hear a little bit of a static, so I don't know. I can complain about everybody.
You're hearing static?
Yeah, I am hearing a little bit of a staticky thing. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't everybody leave. I'm don't mean to scare you guys away. So So you guys complain about about my voice. So we're we're all even.
JX just yelled, "The audio is fine."
The audio is fine. Okay.
Is this going to be our running gag from now on?
I don't know. It's gonna be it's gonna be like technical difficulties. Brought to you by technical difficulties and
I'll get a card made.
actually, there's that that basically that's music, and then they have the little screen
Yeah.
like where the
So I said I'll make a card that says, "Please stand by. Technical difficulties."
I missed that actually. Probably the younger generation doesn't know that or doesn't have a concept of
Younger
it.
generation doesn't have cable.
Oh, hey, Susie's doing her CJ imitation. Look. Are you live? That's like only CJ asks that question. It, oh, that's really nice of you, Fiddle Chips. I know, like, believe it or not, like, I know this might seem like unusual to you guys, but this is actually my channel. But other people are.
No, everyone knows it's your channel, Alan. We all listen to you. We sort of have to. Hey, listen, I actually have some books to show. Did you have any messages or announcements, Alan, before we start?
Yes, I do. Thank you for reminding me. Just so you know, everyone who ordered my comic, because it was so late, we decided to give everybody a digital copy. So everybody should have received a free, if well, unless they paid for it, free-ish digital copy of the book. So
I
you
got it.
guys,
I did get it. I went through it. And
I'll have to look. I'll have to look. Then I haven't been in.
You'll get two, Matt. One will say that the books are going to be printed, and the next will be, and then the next one will be the actual file.
And I actually paid for one, so yeah.
Okay, well then you just double click on it and you scroll. And Alan's prose are excellent. The information is spot on. It's well done. I have absolutely nothing but praise to say, and I'm very excited for Alan because on account of this has been well over a year and a half, a year and 3/4, Alan, is it, to get this done?
It started May of last year, April of last year.
Well,
yeah,
so a year and a half, almost a year and a half, year and a quarter.
I want to say congratulations, Alan. It has been a hard thing for you, I'm sure, to get a book published.
I was a little bit stressed. Somebody kept on bothering me every day. Is the book going to come out? Is the book going to come out? I'm like,
who would do that to you?
I don't know.
Well, that's when you tell when you tell the missus to just back off a little.
No, I saw that. When because he said mid-September, and of course we are past that. And as we were approaching it, I said, "So we're close, right?" And Alan said, "No." And then there was a litany of excuses, but all of it had to do with nothing. But it was nothing that Alan had any control over. It was the other fella had to perform, and once he did, Alan was able to very, very quickly tack everything down the green light. They're printed next week, so. The thing is, if you're going to do it right, you have to do it right. And that's what Alan did. And I think he did. And I would much rather wait a little bit longer and have it exactly as he wants it. Because
we had to redo all the artwork, actually.
This is his baby. And when you look at that digital file, you'll see it's really, really good. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the actual books themselves and have them in hand.
So now it's going to print.
My Kickstarter's on an email that I rarely use, so I have to go in and see it. So
okay, so it's there.
I believe
some extra little bonuses, so don't let your children read it. How about that?
Well, the last few images are designed for people who are seasoned comic book collectors. It is not for little kids that are looking for classics illustrated.
Yeah,
I'm sure her classics were illustrated quite well.
Well, Alan is the classic illustrated. I have now.
Okay, now you can show your books. Now you can show your books.
Right.
I'm going to run away while you do that.
I will.
And I'm here to help commentate. So,
thank you. You will notice I always point. If I point the wrong way, there we go. Here is this today is going to be about romance. And the romance that will be is from the Silver Age, pretty much.
Nice.
I have some other sort of actually have a few Wonder Womans and a few other little things before I show. I have Charlton and I have DC. And I have, I think, one Marvel. But a lot of so I'm going to point the opposite way. So here I have, this is a beautiful Diary Secrets by Matt Baker. Here's Wartime Romances
Oh, that's
by
a
Matt
nice.
Baker. High School Romance, which is a high grade with a gal dancing. Diary Secrets with a betrayal. There's a Bill Ward cover, Heartthrobs. Diary Lovers, which is another Bill Ward. This is this is a beautiful Matt Baker Cinderella Love, probably the second best of besides the party cover, the Cinderella Love, and finding it with the colors on it as well as that is very rare. This one is Cowgirl Romances, and I think that's a Maurice Whitman cover. And right here is Diary Secret 16, which was the very first Matt Baker that I bought. And it's a beautiful, beautiful diary romance secrets, and it's all about life and love and fooling around. So here we go.
Because really, that's all life is. We may do other things in between, but face it, we're always chasing love where we can get it. And then we find our wives, and we found it, and we're doing wonderful.
I'm glad you added that last part, Matt, because I was worried where you were going there for a minute. Here I have I have 4 Milo Manara covers, and I was just gonna I do like Milo Manara, and a lot of these are variants and they're foreign books. To get them, they're European, and he has a very distinctive and lovely style. Here is a Wonder Woman by Milo Manara. This is from sunny Italy of
Fantastic.
Wonder Woman, which I think she's long legs.
She sure does in that one. I mean, she has long legs always, but in that particular picture, they're great.
Here is the wonderful Wasp, and it's an Uncanny Avengers. And there is Milo Manara again.
I've always been a big Wasp fan. I did a research paper on the Wasp back when I was doing blogs. And to be honest, I've never seen a cover like that of her. That is really great
like
art.
that. I really like that.
Manara's stuff is
Avengers is it?
It's Uncanny Avengers number 8. And this is the variant edition. It's direct, and I think that I had to get this one out of. It was either out of, I think it might have been out of England to get this one. But the Manara covers generally are European. But I just love his line.
Yeah,
here
I
is
like that. It kind of reminds me of Miss Fury a little bit, strangely.
To a degree. Here is Incredibili Avengers. This is another Italian one. Here is the Manara version of the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, you've shown that before. That's a beauty.
Oh, that is nice.
That is a beaut.
And the reason I have all
Manaras?
These are all Milo Manara, yeah.
Nice.
Bee stung lips, the whole bit. And the reason why I'm showing these because I purchased today. You asked if I have been buying anything. A few years back, this was in. Does it say the year on this? No. The variant edition to Spider-Woman #1 is a Milo Manara cover, and here it is. This is the Milo Manara Spider-Woman #1. And there is a story about this. We'll get to the romance. This is romance in a way, I suppose. You sure can. But you also can tell they're similar, but it's long legs and very thin torsos is what it is. Very angular. Like and his proportions and his line are very, very, he likes the long legs. Sort of like Bob Lubers of the Golden Age is a leg man also. But what they had this image that was going to be a variant Virgin cover. And they tipped off that they were going to do this. And there was a huge outcry against Marvel. You can't do that. It's evil. It's women don't look like that, and they shouldn't look like that. And why do you make them look like that? And it's bad that they look like that. Don't look like that. And so Marvel said, okay, we're not going to do it. And then everyone says, you chickens, what's the matter with you? If there's no code on this, what's your problem? So they got so much interest and so much notoriety because of this. Then they finally says, well, due to the requests of all of our fans, we're going to print the book. And they did as a variant. And then they put the logo, the trade dress,
Cover
right across her fanny, which was the whole thing. So there wouldn't be any. So they chickened out. But this is
Did
a
they ever
very
have a virgin variant?
there is
Yeah.
there's no such thing. I have the actual on my phone. I have the actual image that was the promotional picture of it. You probably can find that online somewhere. But basically, there's none of the Marvel stuff down here, and the Spider-Woman trade dress is gone, and then there she is, and she's, no woman can bend like that or contort like that. It's impossible.
But she's a Spider Woman. She's different.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, I like
other
her
than this,
position. It's very
other than that,
Spider-Man.
she's climbing walls and looks like this. It's all absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's a comic book. Anyway, so I just found online on eBay.
I actually like the proportions on it.
Oh, I think the proportions are fantastic. It makes a statement. But what the actual picture, that picture that Milo Manara drew, was published in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, and they issued it, and then even in Amsterdam they said no, we can't do that, and they pulled it, and they had it shrink wrapped and everything else, and then I was completely unaware of it, and as I don't even know how it came up in my feed. I looked, and by God, here it is, and it has a little bit of graphic on the bottom, but there's her bottom. The Netherlands showed the Netherlands, and I was very impressed. So anyway, I wanted to show those Manaras because Alan, you and I had talked about that. So
did you pick up the Netherlands copy?
I did.
I was wondering. Yeah. Okay.
Is
it expensive or is it?
It was yanked from the Netherlands, and some guy in England got it, and it's still in its wrap. And then he put it, and I haggled, and I got it. So I probably paid too much, but I've never seen one before. So I had to.
So how much do they go for? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it was 47 or 90 for lira. So anyway, here is Wonder Woman. Here is a retro Wonder Woman. I'm just going to show a few Wonder Womans because as I was going to my romance books, I found various things. When you file your comics, and there's a logic to it. Okay, this logically should go here, and it makes perfect sense when you do that. Then when you say, now where did I put that? The logic is nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going, I wonder where I put that. I know I've got it here somewhere. And so as I'm going through, I'm going, oh, here's this. Oh, here's this. And then boom, here were my romance books. So as I was pulling them, I ran into some stuff I thought was interesting, and I thought I would show. So here is a Wonder Woman.
Very nice.
Here is a variant, and I don't remember what this was from, if it was one of those box things that you could get. Superman, Wonder Woman, and it's called Justice, and it has Harley Quinn.
Ah, yes, I know that
yes.
book. I have it.
Yeah.
You sound like Alan, Matt.
Yeah, well, how often have I actually said that to you?
Right now.
Right now.
Exactly.
My father, when his health was failing, and whenever he would ask, I really always would help Dad, and I would just jump for whatever Dad would want me to do. And we would he wouldn't eat because he couldn't eat. And so we get his special things that he would like, and he doesn't like to eat cold food. So it had to be hot. We bring it in, we put it in front of him, and then he wants to deedle around or do something. And then he's just about to start to eat. And then he says, oh, I have to go up. I have to do something. And I said, Dad, just eat your dinner, please. And then after you can do it, he says, well, he says, well, I just want you to do this. I said, Dad, when have I ever done anything, not done exactly what you asked me? He says, right now. and so Susan and I, it was so funny. We all started, even Dad started laughing at that. And and all it was he says, well, you're not going to be able to figure this out. And it was Christmas time. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, you're not going to be able to figure out how to turn the lights on. It's not that easy. And what it was, he had it on a light switch right there, a light switch.
Okay.
That's going to
Well,
I'm the
that'd be
person
very
that
difficult for you
he
to figure out.
delegated multi-million-dollar hotels to me and policies. And yet he doesn't think I'm swift enough to figure out how to throw a light switch. Okay, anyway, here we go. It was just something. I just thought this is a very lovely image of Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. I have that as well.
I don't.
Okay, see? Oh,
There
Matt,
we go.
you're not one of us. Oh no. Oh, that's a good one.
That is
I don't have that. How about that?
Well, it's getting there.
Okay.
All right, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to romance. I'm only a few away from romance. Well, these are sort of romantic, though.
Oh, that's cute. I like the beach ones.
Mm-hmm.
I
This
like
one,
how they can make her costume look like a bikini, like beachwear kind of thing.
well, it's sort of like there's sort of this clip art style to it. This is kind of an interesting one.
Really, all she has to do is take off her boots and tiara.
Yeah. Yeah, the bell bottoms kind of work that way, I guess.
This artist decided to give her those long shorts like she had.
Yeah, yeah. It's not bell bottoms. What are they called? The type of pants that the underwear
Hot
that she has?
pants.
No.
Well, her dress that is split that's like culottes is what they used to call those.
I always forget what
I
they're called.
like this one.
Oh yeah. That's sort of the more leathery looking Wonder Woman. Like
Sounds-
leather.
It sounds rather high in friction. Okay. And I have two more, and then what I will do is because look, I got something on the back too. This is Wonder Woman number 750, number 466 out of 750 by Shannon
DOA
Mayer.
on the back or anything?
I love Shannon Mayer, and this is the cover.
Nice.
Okay.
I just have the boring cover A for
Hot
that.
pants. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I
Right.
don't know.
They are. I think that's probably it, Phil. And the last one is really a hard one. I had to go to Europe to get this. This thing's absolutely perfect. It took me a long time, and I didn't want to spend the money for it. And it's almost like it's like a book hardcover. I mean, it's got a really hard card. But this is the steampunk Wonder Woman.
I've been trying to get that, and it's really hard to find. I have the other steampunk one, but not that one. I like that one better, though. I like that a lot. That
It's
one's
really
like
cool.
crazy expensive, by the way.
Yeah, they are, and they're not getting any better. I'll
Yeah,
show
I think
one.
it's like
I'll show one.
1,500 to 2,000 range. It's crazy.
Oh, have they got to that?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy.
Gosh,
yeah.
I spent not as much.
Not
I
as
will show you a 12-cent DC romance book, and then I will hand over to Mr. Atkinson. Did you go downstairs and get your books and your cord?
Yeah. I'm all
Okay.
plugged
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to show one romance book, and then next time my turn comes around, I'll be straight romance. Here is Falling in Love. And the guy that is the soda jerk reminds me kind of like in Total Recall,
There's
the
two of them, yes.
cab driver.
Total Recall. Johnny Cab.
Oh yeah.
Hi, where do you want to go? I'm going to rip your head off. Good enough. I'm not sure where that address is.
Mm.
Mavis is his ex-girlfriend. Looks like your ex hasn't given up on you yet. And he's looking at her, and she's got on her capri pants and everything that's supposed to go in them. And it looks like she's got a face that she will actually eat him, Johnny Cab, exactly, eat him alive. And poor Iris down below is, what is going to happen? Oh, what'll I do? And she's sitting over there purring like a tiger, like Shere Khan, you know?
So wait, why is he kind of popping his head in like that?
Because he's a creep. He's sort of poking his head, and he says, "Hey, Ben, looks like the ex is ready to stir your ashes."
Would you say that when this other girl's like clinging to the guy? I mean, it seems like
Well,
really
you'll
bad.
notice
Well,
that
something tells me that the soda jerk is
He's a
emphasis
jerk.
on the second part of his title.
I would say
Yes.
that jerk is probably the leading adjective and not the following adjective, unless it's complete jerk.
He likes to watch.
So anyway, I
Much
just think
drama.
this is very, again, Alan, as you talk about that, there's the guy that's with the intended or the date or whatever, and then on the other side of the room, or it's reversed, that's the person that's affronted is across the room. But I stuck to silver. I didn't do a lot of gold. I brought in.
But you know what's interesting? It's always the blonde that gets the guy in the end, it looks like. You know, in this one, it looks like he's kind of checking out the blonde. And
Well,
she's
look at
being
his
all like
face.
sexy.
Look at
It's
those
like
pants.
it's his ex.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. So the
I
blonde
would
is
assume that he's already taken her on a date
spin.
now and again. And then Iris doesn't look like Iris has been on a date yet.
I know she looks like clingy, like, don't let me go. Don't go to the blonde. Don't go to the blonde.
I'm so worried. Really?
Mm.
Hmm.
This
Anyway.
seeing the girl in those pants leads me to ask the chat a question.
Okay.
Answer here. Who looked better in capris? Mary Tyler Moore on the Dick Van Dyke Show or Elizabeth Montgomery on Bewitched?
I would say Mary
Oh,
Tyler Moore, and I love Elizabeth Montgomery, but
really?
absolutely it's Mary Tyler Moore.
I would have gone with Bewitched. I like
She
Bewitched.
was the dancing cigarette case for Johnny Diamond. She was a hell of a dancer too. She had dancer's legs.
Mhm.
Mary Tyler Moore, absolutely, and she made capri pants a thing.
She did.
Oh, Rob!
Yes.
There you go. Okay,
Okay.
I passed the baton.
Wow. See, this Kim Noonan just aged himself there. So he doesn't know.
No,
Like,
no,
he's not
he
of
didn't
that gen-
age himself.
We
He
aged
aged
ourselves.
us.
Yes.
Well,
I said Jane Russell. They said, "Who's that?"
I know who
I
Jane
said, "The
Russell is.
gal looks just like Jane Russell." They go, "Who's Jane Russell?" I said, "Oh my God, I didn't say Theta Bara."
okay. Andreas, you have homework. Look them up.
Look them up.
You'll be happy.
Your
Bewitched
assignment:
is really awesome. I like Bewitched.
download
I had
these
a crush on her.
pictures. Holy
Yes.
mackerel!
I never saw. Okay, the weird thing is, okay, Bewitched, I could see the sexiness there. With Mary Tyler Moore, I never saw the sexiness there. I never
That's
saw her
because
as
a
a
lot
sexy.
of you and I come from a generation that the Mary Tyler Moore on the Dick Van Dyke Show was not our first Mary Tyler Moore. You and I probably first saw her on her own show.
Yeah, when it was Mary Tyler Moore.
And that was a
She would
completely
do the
different
little
dynamic,
spin and the
you
big.
know, with
Yeah,
the hat, you know.
yeah. Oh.
Like it's a different dynamic because she was the lead on the Dick Van Dyke Show. She was a side character more, and she was there more to be the wife.
And she was prettier back then. Is that the idea?
Well,
Like,
she was. It was also.
She was
It was
beautiful
8
back
years
then.
before. She's beautiful. She was beautiful till the day she died.
well, yeah. I didn't say she was ugly or anything. I just
No,
didn't
no,
see
no.
her as the.
I'm just saying, like that was
girl.
8. She was in her early 20s when she did Dick Van Dyke, and she was in her just over 30 when she did her own show. That's why.
That is exactly correct, Fiddle Chips. Lucille Ball.
Lucy Bald.
Lucy took took pictures when she was a starving artist,
Yeah,
and
I
she
heard
and
about
the other one who had
Really?
pictures
Is
taken
that
when she
true?
was. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there was
Wow.
another one of a starving artist was Katharine Hepburn, and she was deadly afraid that those pictures were going to surface at some point. I don't know if
And
they
did
ever did.
Spencer
Okay.
Tracy paid a lot of money to make sure those pictures didn't get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katharine Hepburn. You know, she was good looking right up till she died.
Well,
She's-
she's sort of, and the thing is,
She
and
died young though. She died
I'll
in her
just say
60s. I think.
I'll just say this. I always thought that Betty Davis was a hard gal.
Mhm.
And I always thought that Katharine Hepburn was interesting and fun, like Philadelphia Story, and wonderful.
Mhm.
Well, it showed what good of an actress she was and what a good actress Betty Davis was, because I saw both of them on Dick Cavett, who got those kinds of interviews.
Mhm.
And Betty Davis was hysterical. She was absolutely the most fun. And Katharine Hepburn was a bitch.
Lucille
Really?
Ball too was kind of standoffish when she wasn't doing her comedy as well. I've heard.
She
Okay.
was not a pleasant person. She
No.
was a domineering, unpleasant person. That's why they called her box office poison, because
Mhm.
you can only act that so much. Bringing Up Baby and a lot of these fun ones
Yeah.
that Philadelphia that she was in, she's really good at that. I give that credit to her for the kind how good of an actress she was. But Betty Davis was hysterical.
Even your wife is adding to the knowledge here.
That's very true.
Jane Mansfield did it. Betty Page did it. Marilyn Monroe did it.
Yeah.
What's her? Joan Crawford did it. But again, those.
I hope my nudes don't come out before I do
No.
this.
But Joan Crawford the studio managed to get the negatives and destroy them. So Joan Crawford's pictures never got out. But there a lot of them had to do it. They had to do.
Well, Yvonne DiCarlo,
right?
Yvonne DiCarlo got around. Now, gentlemen, are we talking about romance here, or are we talking about something else?
It could be, depending on your dad.
Romance in a certain way.
Yeah. Okay, so Matt, it's your turn.
Sure. Let's start with that Power Girl book then.
Yeah. Can you zoom in on it? Like, I don't know, like bring it closer. Just the lighting, I can't really see it though. It looks really cool. I like the woman in the back. It almost reminds me of
the one in the back is her best buddy there, the one that's in the new girl they made for this series.
It reminds me of something like some psychedelic thing or something from the 70s where it's like,
this girl has the power of telepathy, so, and she's got projection, like astral projection as well.
That's really cool. I like that cover a lot.
Who's the guy on the cover with her?
That's the guy she's dating.
You are kidding me.
But they're on a date to Valhalla of all places.
Well, that's where you go. You bring all the girls in.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's true because Wonder Woman was there not too long ago with a talking squirrel and all that other stuff.
That's actually true. That's Zero Flora that did that though. That's not
going with the romance angle here. This is a Superman 80-page giant. This is Superman 222. Okay, but it reprints a story where Clark Kent actually fell in love. Superman gets amnesia, and so Clark Kent. He only knows himself as Clark Kent, and he actually acts a little tough and gets himself a nice girl. Then he wakes up one day, remembers he's Superman, and leaves without telling her goodbye.
Oh, what a jerk.
Well, it's Superman in the 60s. That's exactly right there. That's Superman in a nutshell.
Oh, man.
And it's too bad because you know what? I liked that character.
So, and then see? JX, you're right, JX.
I'm going to show this.
Didn't he like her enough to keep her around?
He asked her to marry him.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What a jerk.
I know. So this is Saga the Swamp Thing 21. It is the Alan Moore rewrites the origin of the Swamp Thing.
Well, that looks like romance to me.
Is that the first Alan Moore?
No, it's the second one.
Okay.
It's the second one, but it's the retelling of the origin, and that's why it was worth bucks.
It's
some guys say origin. Some guys say origin rather than origin.
I say origin.
Okay. Since we're showing romance books, I've shown this before, but this is Falling in Love 56. It's a Silver Age
romance books. Why do we go to romance books?
Stephen decided to go that way, so I'm going to follow.
I asked Alan. I asked you. I said, "How about romance for a change?" You said, "Oh, that's a great idea." And now you're saying, "Who came up with that?"
Really? I didn't know.
This one again, I've shown before. This is Falling in Love 140.
Oh yeah, you showed that one.
Yes, I mean, if he's going to
go
with romance
book, that is a good romance.
And this was during the period that DC changed their logo for the romance books slightly. They're trying to get the attention on the.
Okay, I'm going to grab some romance books because we're showing romance books.
I don't really have any more romance to show, per se. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. Sort of. This is a 80-page giant of Supergirl. There's no actual romance stories in here, except for the advertised. But the Comet, the Super Horse, this is it reprints one of the stories where Comet turns human and Supergirl ends up making out with her horse.
Supergirl makes out with her own horse?
Yes, when he's turned into a human. Because Comet is originally a centaur. And what happened was Circe tried to turn him into human, fully human. Circe. But but it ended up some evil guy switched the potions and he ended up a full horse. Cersei was able to give him superpowers through her magic. That's how Comet the Super Horse came along.
Okay.
But he was banished. Unfortunately, the evil wizard, once he was done that, he was literally banished to an asteroid in space until an innocent came by and freed
Wow.
him. That innocent was Supergirl's rocket.
Never go for horse.
Yes. So
Wow.
there's semi okay now. So there's semi romance, so to speak. And the boy who could
Wow.
see in the dark liked her too.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just trying to see what else I've got out here. If there's anything really romantic, isn't it romantic? Oh well, this is sort of romantic. This is Conan the Barbarian 15, and it's another retelling of the Frost Giant's daughter. And there's the
Okay.
Frost Giant's daughter at the bottom.
She kind of looks like Red Sonja a bit, but okay.
She
Yeah,
was just a frost
but
giant
she's
daughter.
but those that follow Conan, that read Conan, are pretty familiar with the Frost Giant's daughter because it was the second novella ever written. It was the first story in the Savage Sword of Conan they did, and it was told early in the comic book run. I'm not sure which one, but it's a famous Conan story. This is at
Is it
least the fourth or
Conan
fifth.
or Conan? Do you say
Conan.
Conan the Barbarian or you say Conan the Barbarian?
I say Conan the Barbarian. I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. I put the
You don't have
emphasis
to
on the last
apologize. I'm just
syllable.
asking.
Yeah, I put the emphasis on the last syllable. So,
I guess my feet are Longfellow's.
anyways,
I see Conan.
this book surprised me when I read it
I think it's
because
Conan,
there's
isn't
actually
it? Conan the
it's Conan the Barbarian. But
Conan.
this book surprised me. This came out last week. This book surprised me because there's actually full nudity
Yeah, that's what I said.
inside. So I will pass on.
Alan, you have a romantic Conan book that I gave you.
Yeah, but I don't know where it is. It's somewhere.
Of course.
Last
I don't know
Frontier
where I put it.
Comics
I'm looking
put up a comment. Comet is hung like a human.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Oh,
when
well.
he
So
when
yeah, I have your book somewhere. I just don't know where I put it.
when Comet is human, he doesn't have superpowers. What happens is when a comet is in the sky, he turns human during the period that the comet's in the sky. And
Okay.
when he becomes human, he takes on the identity of wild some Bill something. So he meets Supergirl that way because Supergirl's at a dude ranch, and so he becomes a hand at the ranch, and then he becomes a trick rider, and
And
he
then
always
becomes
has
the horse.
excuses. He always has excuses to run into Linda / Supergirl. So
Wow. Okay. So are you anything you want to show or that's it?
no, we can move to the next round. I've got some
Okay,
stuff.
I'll show some books then. I'll show you guys what I picked up this week. That was what I was actually bringing. But so I'll show you. These are the books that I got this week, which is actually kind of 2 weeks worth. I didn't really get that much, but I really like this first one. Hopefully you guys like it as much as I do. It's like monsters.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought this was a really cool cover. So monsters, Mark Spears, monsters. Number
I'm
one.
unfamiliar with Mark Spears.
Me too, but it looked cool. I just was going by the cover. I just thought it was a cool cover. And then some David Nakayama.
Nice.
Catwoman number 68.
He's
Hopefully
good.
they'll do something nice for 69.
I've always wondered, does Catwoman keep a one of those rollers with her to get the cat hair off her outfit?
Well,
No, it's
I
leather.
think that it's not going to stick to that kind of outfit.
It's non-stick vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally not gonna. So
Well,
then we
that's
got
love.
That's a good
this is a romantic one. He's bringing his date home in pieces,
In a bag?
as you do. I don't know. Okay, and this one will get you right in the heart. This is the variant cover, and the ball goes right through him. So yeah,
Very
it
nice.
kind of makes a little heart shape too. See, it's very
That's one
romantic.
heck of a pitch.
I know, but it's romantic, isn't it, with the heart shape?
Mm.
Okay, and then these are from like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, but I got all the crossover with Godzilla books. So this is like Ghost Spider with Godzilla, as you know, they are very related. And then we got Rogue with Godzilla, and X-Men, and then a Venomized Godzilla. I thought this was actually a good spec.
That is
Because,
a good looking for Godzilla.
you know, this is probably the first appearance of Godzilla as Venomized Godzilla, right? So that's a cool spec. Yeah, and it's Miles Morales and Spider-Man on the cover. Okay, so those are the books. That's it. That's all I picked up in the last 2 weeks from the local shop. There wasn't really that much to pick up. And then you forced me to grab romance books, so I grabbed a bunch of romance books. So we got some Young Love. She's, you know, this is more like late 60s. So this is the Go-Go Check era,
Yeah.
which is around 66, 67. Actually, I always wondered how many Go-Go Check DC books there would be.
Well, there were 16 months,
Yeah.
and I figured out once. I think there were 100,
300.
328, I believe, total.
So yeah. So
I did do the research once.
You
I
know
did
that
the research once.
you know that Young Love. There are two songs that are Young Love. One is by Ricky Nelson,
Okay.
and just how true young love can be. Whoa, whoa, it's a young world.
They look
And
like
then
full
the other
monsters.
is Sonny James, where it says "Young Love, First Love." You guys, it was on the radio. You probably didn't have it up in Canada.
No, I don't know that. Well, I
Didn't
mean,
you
it
have a
was
band that sang country stuff? The Falafel Four. I mean, what was it that you guys had up there?
awful.
The falafel four.
I have no idea what you're referring to. So this is music before my generation. So I don't know. Like,
You know a lot about Golden Age books, don't you?
yeah,
All right,
but
never mind.
I
Never
didn't
mind.
listen to this.
Never
I
mind.
didn't listen to dinosaur music. So it's sorry. Okay. I don't know. I didn't listen to that music. Sorry. Um, but I do know the singer you mentioned. I did hear of him. And this is like 70s Charlton.
Mm-hmm. Love in an ancient ruin. That could be any
It's
replacement.
not a very nice way to talk about her, though.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then more 70s stuff. This is 20 center, so this is mid 70s.
He looks like a mod. He looks like he should have been. He looks like Roger Daltrey did back then.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I always think of Ringo when I hear that when in Hard Day's Night she says, "Are you a mod or a rocker?" He says, "I'm a mocker."
Walker. That's awesome. I don't know if I like that art style. That was very 70s art style.
That's
I'm not,
Giordano.
could be.
It's possible that is Charlton, right? And that's early 70s.
Yeah. I'm
So,
just trying to see if there's a name on it.
hold it up a little bit.
Like
Yeah,
which
keep
one is
moving
it?
it around so you can't focus. That's good. Thank you.
Do you want to know the issue number? Time for Love number 35.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up quick.
Okay. Okay.
What does it
Time
say?
for love.
Alan, what does it say?
4, my favorite comic. Okay. And band too. So, yeah.
What does it say? What does it say above the obelisk or the oval on the top? This is swinging something or another. What does it say?
A time for swinging, a time for dreaming. Jeez. Can you see that?
Yeah.
What is wow? I mean, these were code. This is got the big code right there. I thought they were against swinging.
Well, they allow murder in a hospice. What the hell do you think that is?
Yeah, geez, what the heck? Yeah. This one's a UK one.
Apparently the cover was done by Luis Avila.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not Giordano.
Okay. I got a whole bunch of these Time for Loves. Okay. I just grabbed a bunch.
That's a very realistic looking woman, though, on the cover.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Sort of Anne Margaret looking. Who's Anne Margaret?
And Margaret's awesome.
Okay.
She's still
I
a very
want to
good.
do that every time now. Whenever you mention a name. Okay. Well, but I won't do it. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Have fun.
No.
I've got to choose one sister, but I love them both.
I love you.
Nice hair.
Yeah.
All I can think of right there doing with the era is Dear Penthouse.
His
I
jaw.
didn't think this would happen, but it happened to me.
Do you think his jawline looks really crazy? Like his chin.
Yeah,
looks
he's
like,
got a lantern jaw and a
Yeah.
nickel brain.
And a
his
really bad
chin is,
hairstyle.
like, really
Nice
bad.
burns too.
Yeah. Okay, this one I like. It's got the little rabbit girl on it. The only problem is it has like this weird goo. I gotta get that off somehow.
How?
Well,
I don't know. Just,
I actually have that book. I have a file copy of that book.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I got this from the place that shall not be named.
Understood.
Okay. And this one I got because of you, Stephen. This next one. I believe you showed this.
Oh,
one.
I love that book.
This is great. Like a man hater. I wanted to push him from me, to hit him for taking this liberty. I hated men like him. I even hated my good looks because they attracted the stares of men. Yeah.
let me go.
The thing about Charlton, they did everything. They did the entire book, and these early ones had the triangular cut at the upper left,
Alan is a
and
man hater.
and then at the bottom they had the contest stuff, the treasure chest, and all that
Oh,
other
yes.
stuff that they would put in there, because they sometimes the whole splash page is an advertisement too.
That's really crazy. Like
And look at the company. Did you see the name of the company?
the company that offers this treasure chest.
Yeah,
I don't see
Bar
it. Like,
Zim. It's the Bar Zim
Bar
company.
Zim. Bar Zim. Now, did anyone ever win this treasure chest?
Someone had to win it.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the people that sold zinnia seeds on the back covers, because we never saw
probably.
them either.
Yeah, I'm sure they.
By the way, I came across, speaking of these bad ads, I came across The Adventures of Grit Boy today.
Grit Boy. Wow.
It's about the newspaper Grit again. It's just so funny. It's like,
I think this is Romita, by the way. This next one.
You know, the trouble with these late 60s, early 70s books is that the art is just so rough. It's like they
Actually,
crank
like
them
this
out
one.
in an afternoon or something.
But strangely, I like this one just because of the colors. I think it's
Well,
kind
the
of
concept of what's going on too.
yeah, it's cool.
I mean, nothing says a heartthrob that says, I'll see you dead.
I'll see you dead before I let anyone else have you.
Rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man.
Rubber Soul, last track.
Okay. I have a whole bunch more. I'll show it next round.
Okay.
Here we have Girls Love. You see that DC had the National Romance Comics, National Romance Group, where they dedicated the top button.
They did that for about 4 years.
A second look at love. And so the frail at the door. Yes, they are, JX. That's exactly what they are.
Yeah, they are.
Because that's what love is. That's what love is. Girls love stories. And she's got a box of chocolates. And what else does she have there? Well, it looks like a little flower. And she looks like Hope Lang, actually. Who's Hope Lang? Okay.
Who is Hope Lang?
The Ghost and Mrs. Muir TV show. She was also the wife of Charles Bronson that made him turn into the guy that went out and killed everybody.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
She's
Who's
young,
Carol Swanson?
beautiful.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
She's young, beautiful, but alone. Why? Everybody else is making out on the blankets. She's got a beautiful son. She's built like she's incredible.
She's
Why?
really being
She's a
Because she
flash.
beautiful
smells like a sewer.
beautiful redhead, but it's the terminal halitosis. Okay, there's that one.
She needs to use Odorono, as the Who would say.
Odorono. Poof. Here's the smartest girl can get away with any man she wants. Poor Carol. She thinks she's got Brian in the palm of her hand, but she got a surprise coming. A lesson in love you'll never forget.
I love.
Hell,
I love that.
if the stories are even a half as good as the titles, we got a winner here.
I know.
Girls' romances. Aren't there men involved in this too? Or boys?
Heartthrobs, here is a new sizzling episode of Three Girls, Their Lives and Their Loves.
Mhm.
And here's the schmuck that's got a gal. Either I marry you or nobody does. Dig, baby? I'll do anything you say, Todd. Todd, of course. Don't tell anyone why. Now we'll just recline the seat and okay. There's that.
Yeah, what they don't show is the knock on the window 2 seconds later. What's going on in here?
You know, the weird thing is, Wortham didn't seem to have any issue with romance books as much. He
Nothing.
really didn't like the crime. It was
No,
the crime.
crime was, because I guess anything that happens in love is not a crime, except almost everything, right?
Yeah.
Here's a Bubble 12 center, the teenage tornado, Kathy.
Oh, Leo says he has that one, by the way.
Say, what are you two doing here? Your figures are perfect. Quiet. Do you want to spoil everything? Join Kathy and Liz. This is Stan Lee and Stan G. Showing Kathy and Liz as they visit a figure beauty salon. Fun, glamour, romance, and in quote, Kathy fixes her figure. So here are the girls in their tight little leotards and their 16-inch waists.
Is that
their long legs?
Stan DiCarlo?
Nice. No, Stan G.
Stan G is Stan Goldberg.
Stan Goldberg. Thank you very much. I was hoping you'd know. And the thing is that the instructor has no interest in females whatsoever. Because he's playing on the boys' team. Look at him.
It looks like it.
Well, he works at the gym, right?
He's on the boys' team.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very yeah.
Yes, he is. Which is fine.
He's into boys'
Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Here is Tales of Love That Could Be Yours. This is a Marvel book. This is called My Love. It's a 15 center.
He's interested in symbols. That was a good one.
I should have thought of that one. Well done. Thank you. This is My Love. I do my own thing. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, I have that one too.
Free spirit. Oh, my boyfriend is looking at the girl that's shaking her trick pelvis. Oh. She does her own thing with her own thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here's another Secret Hearts, another one of those heart logo romance group ones. It's the brunette says, "Let me try it, Hal. His performance is better when I'm in his arms."
Ooh.
So we got Dean Martin with his slacks, and he's holding on to Babette. And Babette had all kinds of ideas. She's got her flowy little dress on. And Mavis over there is ready to eat this clown alive. Read the intriguing backstage romance, My Leading Man. Well, Fiddle, you know, these funny books, it's all about true life, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, honey, let's go to the strip club. What do you think? I guess their steak sandwiches are great.
Mm. Actually, I have some bad news about that. You heard that Hooters is going out of business, right?
I had never gone. In
I've
my
gone
entire life, I'd
once.
never
I've
gone to
gone
Hooters.
once.
Yeah, I've gone
Not
once.
something I wanted to. Not with something I wanted to repeat.
Yeah, it was so.
Here is Secret Hearts, and this is looks like 1968 because of the code thing, or just after the go-go checks. What do you take me for? How much do you think I can stand? Love me or hate me, but stop keeping me dangling between heaven and. So what's dangling here?
I hope
Well,
just
if it's dangling, you know he's not interested anymore.
that's true.
Well, maybe a Larry Linger or something, Larry Limber.
Or he needs a Niagara.
A Niagara?
Yes.
Niagara.
Boy, you guys have down here, it's a different thing. You need a Niagara up there, huh?
Well, it used to be at a time period, the Viagra pill was a lot cheaper in Canada than it was in the United States.
Yeah, so were the
And so
CCCs.
people were
too.
coming here, and for a while there, when it first came out, people were calling it Viagra Falls.
Very
Viagra
good.
Falls. That's cute.
Here is Young Love number 48. And here we're back in the hospital again. And it's the same situation. Well, that's because of the anyway, the local talent. That's because of the local talent. It's local. You're all I remember, Mary, and all I ever want to remember. And he's a brute, and he's got her by the shoulders, and she looks almost like a Kubert character, but she isn't. And she says, "It's my duty to remind Nicky about his past with Lila. But if I do, I'll lose him. I'll give you 3 guesses who's at the door." That would be Lila.
I would imagine. Like it's always
Boy, this is one wacky hospital, and I bet you that water in that vase is warm too. The nurse doesn't change the water like they ever do.
Yeah,
I do too.
I don't like the style of nurses nowadays where they kind of wear scrubs all the time. I don't like that style.
Well, it used to be a nurse like this. Now it's a nurse like this.
Yeah, I know. It's like.
Speaking of nurses, this is a nurse called Cynthia Doyle. And Cynthia Doyle is a Charlton character. And Cynthia is, it says, "Cynthia, we must send her to the state asylum." "No, she's not mentally ill. I'll find her trouble. Give me time." The cop says, "We don't even know who she is. It's hopeless. Don't miss the case of the teenage mother."
Oh, wow.
Look at the rack on Cynthia Doyle.
Wow, that looks really cool.
And you'll notice below the comics code, do you know what that symbol stands for?
The double hearts?
No, it's
No.
the male and female. It's the symbol for intercourse.
Yes, I know that.
The
yes.
comics code goes along with intercourse, okay? Right under the code label is the symbol for intercourse for Cynthia Doyle, because she is a nurse in love.
Wow. But
Isn't this I mean,
I
couldn't
the
believe
irony
it.
of that, and this is when? This is like 1960s.
Well, it's a 12 center.
It's a 12 center, so it's before 68.
This is Cynthia Doyle, and of course they never put the number on these things, but I'll tell you, Cynthia Doyle is rock hard, man. The doctor is.
Yeah, I'll have to find some of those. I haven't seen that one before. That's really nice.
I want that book. Here is one that you've seen before.
Yes, I just saw
Let
it recently.
Me Go. I even hated my good looks because they attracted the stares of men. So I dress and put all this makeup on. I fix my hair and makeup. I wear tight dresses and they're red. And why do they come on to me?
I know. It's like, what's going on?
And they keep telling me I have a treasure chest.
Better than a community chest.
Arr!
Oh, jeez.
And and eventually people say, "What's a community chest?" Do you know how come you even know that term? Is because of Monopoly. You don't even have a community chest where you live. Have you ever been to a community chest?
No,
Is
we
it,
don't
it's,
have green
Thank you.
candles.
It's just, come
it's
on.
an American thing, right?
Mhm.
Well, it's sort of like a welcome wagon thing that they used to do, God, back in the 50s or 40s.
When you
Here
guys
is,
had
I,
Reagan's.
now,
Which is
here is,
why you win $10 in the beauty contest.
that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That is right. Yeah.
And then your life insurance matures
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bank error in your favor.
and you're only 58, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, here is the book with a title. It's hard to tell what the book's about by the title. I Love You. And here is You Dance Divinely, Virginia. And across the room is the guy, her husband. The music has stopped, Durant. Let go of my wife.
Wow. Kim
Now,
Noonan. I feel like Kim Noonan play Monopoly.
so this guy has got Virginia in a clinch. Virginia has insinuated her chest and her groin right on top of Durant, and her foppish husband is worrying about the what's in the punch bowl, but it has sort of a light color strike on it, which is the way it came. But it seems innocuous, but when you look at the concept, wow, code.
You know, one of the
By the
rules
way,
within the code.
excuse me. By the way, Matt, who
Yes.
did this cover?
Probably Jim Aparo, by the looks of the heads.
You said it right. You were gonna say the right one the first time.
Oh, so
Giordano?
Giordano?
Yeah, and if you look down here on the sandwich tray, he signs it Giordano.
Okay, well then.
So it's Giordano. But I
Okay.
didn't. I looked at it. I said, God, it looks like
The
Giordano.
guy who's the husband, the one in the distance, has the Aparo head. That's why it's the with the chin and the
Yeah, it
whole
does.
angle.
It does. Well, Aparo is a little bit pointier, I think, than Giordano.
Possible. And I should have realized
That sounds like some sort of a glandular problem.
No, but I should have realized it because no one had a pipe, so it wasn't Aparo.
So yeah, what were we saying before that? Just quickly. You cut me off as I was saying something about the code. Oh yeah, in the code it actually says that you're not supposed to have like non-marital kind of relationships.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Over the place,
It's
all the
like,
time, every month, every title. They're
and you're
jumping
supposed to
off into the
show a
bushes.
faithful-
The cop comes up. What are you doing? He says, what do you think we're doing?
yeah, it's like faithful relationships, no
And the
relationships
cop says, well, let
outside
me
of
light your cigarette
marriage.
for you then.
Exactly.
Does anybody
got
need a light?
Like
I got
Romans
one
just,
for you.
just ignored the code altogether. Okay, what were we gonna say,
Say it,
Matt?
Matt.
Okay. There's a couple making out in the car.
Okay.
And the
okay,
cop
wait.
knocks on the
Wait,
window.
wait.
Cop
Tim's
knocks on
lay
the
us
window,
safe.
says, what are you guys doing? He's like, well, we're kind of whatever. And the cop says, well, if you don't want a ticket, I'm next. And the guy goes, okay, but I've never had sex with a cop before.
Ba-dum-bum. Okay.
Sorry. I've got one here. Someone had asked for
Oh wait.
Grit Boy. I found it.
Oh wait. What is
There
it?
is the adventures of Grit Boy.
You got to back up a hair.
Yeah.
Let your autofocus catch up.
I can't see it at all.
Yeah. I can't even see Smurf asses anymore.
Well, they're hidden. Anyways, it says the adventures of Grit Boy.
Who is Grit
It
Boy?
says, Grit Boy is a guy who delivers grit.
Oh wow. Okay.
Grit the newspaper. And it's
Grit the newspaper
Grit
just seems like the thing.
It's the thing.
And he sells cloverine salve on the side.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, there was somebody in the chat once that said that they sold grit.
Yes, somebody said that.
I think it was like Lyle or one of those guys.
I don't think Lyle would have been. He's Canadian. Grit wasn't available in Canada.
Oh, okay. Here, I delivered grit in the mid '70s.
Yeah. Anyways, you can go back to Stephen. Or
See, it was random that I actually had done it. So that's interesting. What the heck? I've never.
What did Grit sell for, and what was in Grit?
Well, apparently 35 cents was how much grit was then, and you got to keep 12 cents.
Is that what
Wow.
it was?
That's
That's what
actually
it says.
that's not bad.
For 1975, that's the year of the book.
Who's
So that
gonna
means that
who's
you
gonna choke 35 cents for a
But Grit
copy?
was this newspaper that had things
No, I
like
know what it is, but
recipes,
what
you
was
know.
in it? Does the guy know what was in it?
Good Times
Good
newspaper.
Times newspaper. Good Times newspaper. What do you mean Good Times?
It was a good news
Good
type,
news type
I would
magazine.
say America Great.
all
Everything is
positive
good.
story. Oh, that's
It'll never
actually
sell.
nice.
It'll never sell.
Well, you get little kids
Hey, if
selling
it
it.
bleeds, it leads. That's all I
That's
know.
right.
Here we go, Alan.
Oh, it had recipes and homekeeping advice too.
Oh, recipes and housekeeping advice.
It's like,
It was Martha Stewart.
and
before
gardening
Martha
stuff. And
Stewart.
gardening stuff.
Gardening
Okay.
and gardening tips.
Mm.
Yeah,
These
that's all.
weeds are very difficult. Here's a trick we learned. Take this toilet bowl tube. Okay, here is Just Married. Everybody loved him. She's the blondie who look at the guy. He's really Ricky Suave.
He really
He's
is.
he's got a red head down on one corner. I don't know if she's admiring his nipple or something. And we got a brunette in the other corner smiling at something, and he's looking up at his wife, who is beautiful and posing herself. This is an earlier one too, because it has the trapezoidal approved
yes, the
comics,
trapezoidal. Yeah.
and it's got the corner cut, the triangular cut, and it says, "Phil was the kind of man that stole your heart at once. At once, how could one girl hold him when, quote, everybody loved him?" You know who loved Phil the most?
Phil.
Phil. Here's one. We were just talking about making out in the bushes. Here's a romantic story, and this is entitled the Wild One, and it says, the girl says, "Oh, Chuck, I love you. I don't care what the others say. I love you." Hey, what's going on here?
It is the cops.
See, this is Matt's story.
Yes.
You got it from a comic.
And the guy says, "Sure, officer."
At least she's wearing a red dress.
I think that the name of this story is Easy Virtue. That's a Philadelphia story recommendation. Okay.
Okay.
I have just a few more here. Here is Secrets of Young Brides. Oh, God, this is a great one. Here's another Charlton. "The only man I've ever loved is about to be married, but my heart can't accept that. I love him too much." Now, Red has got her red dress on, and her fanny has gone right through her foundation, and you can see the cleft of her ass right there,
Nothing wrong with that.
baby. And then you got Daphne here, who is insinuating herself onto
The guy.
what's his name? He doesn't appear to have a name. What's in a
Fred.
name, right?
Let's call him Fred.
My job, let's call him Matt. It says, "My job is to help young lovers with decorating. I'm a designer, a decorator. But when I saw Joe, my heart cried out, and I began my design for love."
Butt cleavage.
It is, but this is early, you know.
Early code.
It's a 12 center, but it's relatively early, 66, 65 something, and she is something.
She's
I
fantastic.
guess they didn't really care because it's girls supposedly reading these, right? So, girls are.
I was
fine.
an
They can read
I
it.
was an idiot. I want the superhero books. I love superheroes. And all the girls that are reading the romance, they're cutting butts and drinking and jumping into the bushes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What was wrong with me? I'm going to go play baseball today. I'm
Mm.
going to read my romance book.
Mm.
Do you want to read the romance book with me? No, I gotta go play baseball.
Mhm.
All the interesting stuff happens in the romance books.
It's true. Here is Secret Romance number 48. It's got all manner of stuff in it. Weird. This is later on.
Because no one knows what 14-year-old girls want in a comic book better than 40-year-old men.
Exactly. Oh, he's got
Secret
two
romance.
blondes that time.
Here is another one. Stories of Brides in Love. And this is another one of these triangular corners. It says, wait, Ellen, come back. How can I tell him I'm unworthy? Well, she's still wearing white. Maybe she shouldn't. You can see the front end of the Plymouth is right there, the yellow Plymouth. We're ready to take him away. Dodge, probably.
So
Wait,
she's
Ellen,
wearing a
come
wedding
back.
dress.
He looks, he says, wait, Ellen, come back. She's dressed for the occasion, but she must have Logos on the bogus or something.
I heard all the stories. I heard half the marriages were shotgun marriages. People didn't need to wear white back then. I've heard a lot of stories. My wife's grandmother insists, like her mom was born 6 months after they were married, but she insists that she stayed her grandmother insisted that, she couldn't have been conceived before the wedding night.
There was a lot of magical
I know.
incubation
6 month babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is a book called Sweethearts, and it says here, Ron is gone, and I'm alone again, empty, a blank. Oh, Ron, I'll always remember our first kiss. At the time, your lips seemed soft and tender, not revealing the cruelty that lurked behind bitter kisses. And she's got these panties on, and you'll notice that Phil's is packing a potato right down there in the groin.
Wow.
Packing a potato. Oh my God. I just got that. Oh no.
Isn't that just great? So here she is, and she's, all it is just a matter of thing, flip, flip, and there you go. And he looks like he's about, he's emerging from his shorts.
Green panties.
And I'm buying Superman. What's wrong with you? I wouldn't want a romance, you idiot. So anyway, there's that. And the last one I got is, what does it say here? Oh boy, it really, really dark print on a dark blue cover. Put my cheaters on. A Fool for Love. What does it say here? Jeez Louise, what the hell? I think you have to be young. I don't think you could even read it if you were young. It says, Richard would throw away everything if I'd elope with him right now. A fool for love. Retailers, see page 28 for special display allowance plan. We'll wait, Richard. We've lasted this long. Next June, we'll be married. If he keeps insisting, I won't be able to hold out. What's going on? Okay, she won't be able to hold out, and he's going to exchange genetic information with her. He says, darling, we don't have to. Here's the guy. Darling, we don't have to wait. Lots of kids quit school before they get degrees. Please, Marcia, I'm crazy about you. If he keeps insisting, I won't be able to hold out. That's because he's driving a Sunbeam Tiger. He's got a green Sunbeam Tiger right there in the driveway.
And those hands just want to move.
Well, they just came up from where they were to where they are now.
Very nice.
Isn't that wild? Let me get it. It's got a really deep cover strike on it too. Charlton, I think this was $8. $7.50, something like that when I bought it.
Nice.
So the romance books were highly undervalued for a long time.
Yes.
Anyway, Mark Oldroyd had a thing where he had a box opening, and he had a bunch of romance books in it.
Yeah, I saw
And
that
he
one.
said, and he was detective, and it was detective, there was Batman or something, and then there was romance. And he said the romance books were more expensive than either of the other ones. It was more expensive to buy the romance books. And he says, I just think that romance is on the rise. And so I praised him for his box opening, and I says, in honor of that, I've talked to Alan. I'm going to show romance books in your honor. And so that's kind of how you were saying, how did I get the idea for romance? But we haven't shown stuff like this for a while. But anyway, that's a pretty good. Now I do have one other for my next turn, and I will tip my hand.
There is no next turn.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna finish this round, but yeah.
Okay.
Matt, did you have more books to show?
Yeah, I'm only going to be showing about 4. So
okay, I have a couple to show as well. I don't have that many more to show, but I actually had a bunch. But I'm just gonna show 2 more.
I bought this at the comic store last week. It's not romance, but I just think it's a really cool cover, and it's Batman Superman World's Finest with Eclipso.
Okay.
I just think it's really cool. This book itself, Batman Superman World's Finest, is probably DC's best book right now. It's the best written, and it does a lot of throwbacks to Silver Age stuff. So it like you get the Batmite was in a couple issues ago with Mixelplick and all that other stuff. It was great. Like it's a great throwback book that I think people should be reading. And this one, because unfortunately I have a love of the demonic. I love this cover. Lois is being
really
pulled to hell. This is Superman 236.
That's a really cool one.
Yeah, and I bought this from the guy you did the interview with last week.
Oh, really? That's a nice
all the
pickup.
ones with the green stickers. What?
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah. I bought that giant I showed earlier from the same guy. This one here, I love the cover. It's Batman 266. I just think it's great with the crystal ball, because it reminds me of my dad and his psychic abilities.
Okay. Was your dad actually?
My dad. Well, that's what he did for a living. So.
Oh wow.
Your father was a psychic?
That's right.
Honest to God?
And he still hates, because every time I talk to him, I ask when he's going to win the lottery. Okay. The last book I'm going to show is one that I was proud to get this week. I know that we had the broadcast and we showed it off, but I don't care. I love this book. This is the first appearance of Timberwolf Adventure 327. This was the last one I needed, and I'm just so proud to have it.
So tell me quickly about Timberwolf. What kind of character is he?
Well, his superpowers are like agility and super strength. And by agility, I mean like he puts everybody to shame. He's more agile. He's agile enough to like avoid super speed characters.
Okay.
He doesn't have super speed, but he can he's just very, very, very he's injured, but he's a loner. That's why he was called the Lone Wolf to begin with. And even when he's in his Legion days, when he's Timberwolf, he's still not exactly friendly with a lot of people. He's got a bit of a burr to him and stuff. But basically, what happens in this book is that his dad gave him the superpowers. He called it limited superpowers. But he got knocked out by an android who was jealous of Timberwolf. So the android, when Lone Wolf woke up, the android told him he was a new android and that the android was the son. So Lone Wolf went around thinking he was an android. It had to be alone because he could never have a friend or love anybody or stuff like that. And Light Lass took pity on him, and that pity turned into a long time love affair. So basically Timberwolf was used more like he didn't join the Legion until 372, Adventure 372, but he was one of the more used characters in the 70s. And he was the third Legionnaire to get his own solo title after Karate Kid and Cosmic Boy. So,
Oh, I didn't really know much about I've heard of the character. I didn't really know much about him.
his name is Bryn Londo, and his home planet is Zun. Spelled Zuun.
Okay. Is that your last book?
That is my last book
Okay.
for today.
I have two that I'm going to show, and then we're going to wrap up because I'm going to be on the Biggie Shack show. That's why. Did you have much more that you wanted to show there, Stephen? Or
Well, I will tell you that it occurred to me as I was setting up that there was one relationship of romance that would be appropriate, and I was going to show a bunch of Lois Lanes because there's no romance like Lois Lane and Superman. Where else can you go somewhere to have someone that loves you and wants to kill you and can't live without you and doesn't want you and it turns into a goat and I mean all the stuff that she does and all the crazy things she has and I love him so much and get away from me, I can't stand you. I mean, what says romance more than that? But I will not do that. I will wait for it. We will revisit that romance later.
I'll just show like my last two books, and then
I'm just going to answer Brian's question real fast.
Okay,
Brian, that was the Adventure 300 to 380 run of the Legion. That was my last book I needed for that run. Now I have that whole run.
So, and Brian, actually, I'm only like I have two books that I'm getting. Then I'll have the complete Lois Lane run, and they're coming in the mail. So,
oh, way to go!
Yeah, so I have the full run now of Lois Lane.
Congratulations,
Lois Lung.
Yeah, I did the the L thing. So even have the showcase ones of her. So the whole thing.
Good for you.
Okay,
well done.
I'll just show two romance books. I thought these ones were kind of like the pinnacle of romance books. We got the hair pull cover.
Oh yes,
Forbidden Love
by Frankie the Greek or
Summer Love, I should say. Summer Love, and it's the Swingers.
The Swingers.
Yeah, isn't that great?
He looks like a mafiosa.
a little bit.
I like his earring myself.
Yeah, no, he's got this like clover earring.
Oh dear
Lord. It looks like a cross. I think that's Rico Suave. It's Rico Suave, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah. It was actually Biggie Shack that showed me this book. He had a copy of it.
Nice.
And then for Lovers Only, the spanking cover.
Well, you know how many books we have there are a lot of spanking covers in the Golden Age, not as many in the Silver Age, although they are around.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget Batman 1 as well. Papa Spank.
Yeah, I have the some of the spank. There's like spanking ones in Superboy. There's spanking ones in Lois Lane, I believe, too.
Yep.
So here withers love.
What is your challenge with Biggie he was talking about? What are you doing?
Okay, so those are the last two I had to show. I'll explain what's going to happen next. Superboy is always getting spanked. It's like some weird fetish. With Biggie, I'm going to be, I guess, in the spirit of the current election that's happening in the U.S., he wants to have, and also the spirit of the battle for the different categories on the CBCA awards, where we're both in the same category. Okay, we're both up for best speculation thingy, right? So yes. I do my Sundays and Mondays videos where I talk about the hottest Silver Age, hottest Golden Age books, mm-hmm. right? So, and he does a random video every once in a while about speculation.
Well, he used to try and do it every Tuesday, but I think he got backtracked on that or sidetracked.
So he does his speculation and I do mine, I guess. And so he wants to have a battle on his channel where the judges will ask questions and who can give the best speculation answers. So that's
Yes.
what we're going to do. It's kind of like a debate, but meets speculation, meets presidential election. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you're going up against him, and then the chat
And
and
then
the other crew members are going to then render their
we're
decision.
going to play asking questions.
Yeah.
Like we're going to be the moderators, so to speak.
So, do you know in advance what books you're going to be asking questions about, or are you just flying by the seat of your pants?
That's
So
what Biggie was.
I've already prepared my answer to every question. Coming from a middle class family, yeah, but
Yes, the question is, do you approve of each message?
yeah, coming
That
from a
sounds
middle
like a
class
trick
family,
psychic question to me.
yeah. So
Are you psychic
yes,
too, Matt? Are you psychic as well?
No, I knew you were going to ask that.
Good. You knew I was going to ask that. So you are a psychic. And what was your answer? Did you answer my question when you thought of that as a psychic?
I am not psychic. I'm not even a sidekick.
I was going to say that it sounds like sidekick. So yeah. Okay.
He
So
made a
yes.
living as a psychic, though. That was what your father did for a living, raising
That's
you
what
up
he
as a
did as
child.
side business. Yeah, he worked for the federal government of Canada during the day, and he did psychic readings, tarot card readings at night.
But yeah, I used to do all that stuff too. You know. But
Oh,
not as
tell me, you're a master psychic too, Alan, along
I'm a
with your
master psychic.
handwriting
I would
expert,
do tarot card
oratory
readings.
expert, world-class skier, art expert, fingerprint expert,
I would do a lot
judo
of
master. I mean, for God's sakes, Alan, sailing expert. Please,
no, I'm
really.
good at reading tarot cards. If you ever want me to read tarot cards, I mean, I did all this stuff when I was a kid. I learned how to do it. And, I got really
Coin
into it.
expert. I swear, Alan, everything you touch, you're an expert.
Alan is a
It's hard to.
Renaissance man.
I'll
I'm
tell
a
you, he's a
Renaissance
real
man.
Renaissance man. So,
Unfortunately, this is the modern age.
well, I will say goodbye because I know Alan's got to get ready for his thing.
So yeah, so after this, go over to that other channel, Biggie Shack channel, and you can watch.
Yeah, I'm going to be there
me
too as
battle
one of the
it.
moderators.
And we're also doing perfect comics, which I guess means we're going to battle it out with covers that are just cool covers that look like they should be keys, but they're just cool covers.
Fair enough. Good luck. I'll be watching from the chat and I'll be voting.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
Okay.
Sue. We'll
Okay,
conspire.
So thanks everybody for watching. And I will try to project my voice more often. And thanks, guys, for coming.
You did good.
Try to astral project if you were a psychic. If you read tarot cards,
I'll astral project my voice, and we'll So and check me out on the other channel. So thanks again, everyone. Bye for now.